Hi, you guys. I am Kylie Chernetsky. I am the founder of Powerful, and it means so much to me, even though it's still in its tiny baby form and hasn't fully launched out into the world yet. This is kind of the behind the scenes of what has been going on. And I wanted to keep you guys involved and see what it looks like now and the future of it before we launch. So, to start off, who are we? Powerful is an integrative health company that believes your best self comes from that combination of physical, internal, and mental health. So, that puts a really nice bow on it, but our lives aren't nicely put into bows, right? We can be kind of messy and we can have ups and downs. So, to break that down, what that means is we can't just exercise and we can't just eat healthy and we can't just will something to happen, right? Our goals become reality when we include movement, internal nutritional health, and mental health as a collaborative and integrative approach. You need them in some degree in order to see that success. And that means balancing it and finding the right amount of time that fits for you in your routine. So, whether you just are looking for a general healthy diet, or if there are specific nutritional needs, or if you have a medical condition such as diabetes, PCOS, POTS or dysautonomia, and so on. Now we have to break that down. I mentioned physical, internal, and mental health are the integrative approach of blending all three. But what are they individually? Physical health is focusing on our movement. So that's how many times we're in the gym or going on a walk, or movement that we enjoy that could include yoga or Pilates, spinning, swimming, or dancing. Then we have our internal component, which is nutrition, what we're eating, how much we're eating. Are we getting the right amount of nutrients and micronutrients that our body needs, depending on our general healthy lifestyle, or if we have certain conditions to be mindful of? Are we getting enough fluids and keeping hydrated? All of those things play a factor into our internal and our overall health. And then finally, we have our mental health aspects. And I think that a lot of people get caught up on this or forget about it because we think of the element that means we love ourselves and take a bath and drink a glass of wine and a face mask. And that's that's some self love, and I support that. But that is not necessarily our mental health components. We have to look a little bit deeper as well. Yes, we want to take care of ourselves from that component, but we also want to look at what are our boundaries that we're setting with ourselves, boundaries we're setting with friendships and relationships and family. What is the true motivation behind our current actions? And what is the motivation and what might be holding us back from our future self and our future goals? And this type of motivation can have a really astounding effect on how successful we are at meeting our goals and being efficient in meeting our goals. Now, we can dive into that so much deeper at a later time, but I do think that this is so important because I have personally seen the benefits of having that integrative health community versus getting jumped around to multiple doctors or to multiple health professionals. And even in this situation, you might get jumped around to a dietitian and then you have to see a personal trainer and then you have to see a therapist. And don't get me wrong, you should still see your therapist. We love those. But the point is when you're working with one individual who has certifications in multiple areas, then you're able to get a more sound and more efficient approach because you're working with one individual who knows what your goals are and they won't get confused or muddied in the process of seeing multiple people. And that's why I feel like this is a really unique program because I am a licensed registered dietitian and a 500-hour yoga therapist, national board certified health and wellness coach. And I have a handful of other certifications, including being a personal trainer and a group fitness certified trainer. And that well-rounded approach to wellness is really wonderful because I'm able to help so many people around the world with a multifaceted approach to obtaining their goals. And when that light comes on in their head and they're like, yes, I am not only understanding this, I am implementing it in my lifestyle, and now I am seeing the results I've wanted. That's really unique because I think a lot of times in the health and wellness industry, or even just as simple as seeing health and wellness influencers, it can kind of be a mix up because you feel like people give you that one size fits all approach because this is what worked for them, and now they're sharing that with you. But when they're doing this, they're not taking into account your individual needs as a human that you deserve to have, or the injuries or the health care and health conditions that you have, or the mental blocks that you experience, because they're working from a one size fits all approach. It can no longer be right for an individual at that point. And I know this is a whole spiel that we can talk about at a later time, but you are an individual with individual schedules, individual needs, individual rights. And because of those things, you deserve a customized and personalized approach based on what your day to day routine looks like and what your individual goals are as a person, not what 10,000 people want. Let's talk a little bit more about Powerful. That's the reason we're here today. And our mission statement, what our goal is as a company, is that Powerful provides virtual fitness training and coaching to women so that they can take control of their health and life through an integrative health approach and build the confidence and consistencies and build habits. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've seen in the health industry and that I've been a part of as a professional for over 7 years is that confidence can be a big Achilles heel. You know, we all have busy schedules, and tell me, as a woman, do you not recognize or maybe feel a little bit of truth in this? We do not put ourselves first. When we have school or work, plus friends and family and social time, and then we want to get enough sleep, but we also want to watch the newest episodes of Selling Sunset, and we suddenly become last on our list. We become some of the last things we prioritize. And that's what I challenge my clients to start doing, is putting themselves first, because when they do this, the people that work in my programs, we work together and we start putting a light on some of the shadowing topics that really hinder our own progress that we don't notice unless you have someone else there who's giving you some constructive feedback. And when we start to put ourselves first, we realize that we can actually make big changes, not just small ones, but big ones that can change our life and the trajectory of our life in overall health and wellness, reaching our goals, feeling fully fulfilled, and feeling joy from the life that we're having. And that's one of the biggest problems in the health and wellness industry today, is that we don't talk about the realistic lifestyle changes that are actually attainable and have had the research behind them to show that they are attainable and will last a long time. Instead, we hear a lot about diet culture, and we hear of these 2-week quick summer bodies and abs and all this crap. And I don't like using any of these things because it's not creating sustainable results. And when you're doing at that point is then creating a problem where health culture is obsessed with quick results. And when those don't happen, because they won't, us as women then feel discouraged. We feel like we're doing something wrong or we are not worthy of the results, which isn't true. And we don't deserve that perception of the world, because what is considered safe and realistic, we can talk about in another episode. We're going to have a long list of episodes, clearly. But we deserve to have realistic and attainable results. We deserve to have a feeling of self-worth, and we deserve that honesty. And so that is what my platform brings forward, is the truth and the honesty behind health and wellness and how we can really enjoy that and utilize that to meet our goals. So this is then how Powerful utilizes their mission statement. We offer group fitness classes, anywhere from yoga to a variety that's really fun virtually, that allow women to have that safe place to exercise in a realistic and fun setting. We also offer one-on-one coaching, which is the integrative approach that I spoke about for a long time earlier, our physical, internal, and mental health components that play in a role to that. And we dive into that time together, really focused on your individual goals and being able to take care of yourself in the best way possible for your most ideal schedule and situation. And I love what I do. Like, I could talk about this for an hour, 3 hours, a whole day. I don't know. How long do you want to leave me in front of the mic? I just feel like I'm a pretty great coach because I love my clients. Every single one of them comes in and I want to see their growth throughout the process. It's not just maybe in your head, you think you want this or you think you want that. We can absolutely work on your goals, but there is also this extra component that I think people don't recognize until the end. At least that's what I see from people's feedback. They're like, yeah, I reached my goals, which is great, but I actually learned so much more throughout this process. I learned more about nutrition and health education. I feel more in tune with my emotions and my needs. I feel more focused on myself, and I feel like I am currently living my best life. I love seeing that for my clients. I love seeing people being able to take control of their food allergies, take control of weight loss or weight gain, seeing themselves build more energy, feel more confident in themselves, create this life for themselves that they didn't have 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. We want to build a space for women to feel good about themselves, to feel healthy, to feel like they're finally putting themselves first. And so if you're along for the ride on social media, at Powerful, or if you're here for the podcast, you're in for a treat because this is the space where you get that self-growth opportunity. And so that might lead to the next thing. What are you going to expect when Powerful finally fully launches? Yes, I am creating this podcast very early in advance because I'm so excited about it. Well, down the line on social media, you're going to see a slew of topics in that integrative health component. You'll see recipes, you'll see workouts, you'll see all the trendy stuff, research-based suggestions that really align to women's motivation and health and lifestyle. If you're on our podcast, we'll be producing episodes regularly that also fall into that integrative health space. So I've already got some fun ones up my sleeve that I have some commitments to. So you'll see things like me lecturing you right now, related to health and wellness, nutrition, myth busting, truths. You might even see a yoga flow on here and there. But you will also see me have some guests come on the show who are professionals in different spaces within integrative health. Perhaps, and I'm doing a wink, wink, hint, hint here, that you might see some famous TikTokers. You might see some motivational interviewing. You might see some meditation experts, some health professionals, some personal trainers, and more. And I'm really excited for this to launch. I don't know how many times I could say that. You could probably make a drinking game off of this podcast of how many times I said I'm excited for this to launch, because at the end of the day, this has been the thing I've been waiting for a whole phase of my life. I went to all my schooling, I did all my certifications, I did all the hard work behind planning Powerful, a website designer, working with manufacturers in China, communicating and building content, all this stuff to be at this moment. So I'm really excited for you guys to be here, and I can't wait to see how this grows and blossoms into a really supportive community for women. So thanks for being here today, and I can't wait to continue to grow with you.